He wouldn't even be allowed in Canada if I was running it. I don't put up with sexual predators and felons and all that shit, you know. Not only elbows up, but he wants to tear up our hockey sticks. Well, guess what? Maybe we should put a fee for having the Stanley Cup, and that should be that all final games in the hockey should be held in Canada, or you can't give out the Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup is a Canadian cup by Lord Stanley, and we should not allow the U.S. to take and hold our heritage and culture hostage by having the finals always held in the U.S. They need to be held up in Canada. So we have some power with the NHL, and if they don't like it, form our own hockey league and put the Stanley Cup back in Canada where it belongs. And elbows up, sticks up, and if you don't want our sticks for a reasonable price, then we're taking back our Stanley Cup. How's that, folks? Anybody want to see the Stanley Cup back in Canada and all the competition for the finals held in Canada? I vote yes. Time to put a stop to stealing our culture. And the U.S. is notorious for that.
Cory, it's only a game.
Yes. A game I even like.
Yeah.
But you know, it shouldn't be it shouldn't be held hostage by a criminal regime, the Republican terrorists in the U.S. So it should come back and represent our values, not the U.S. values. It is a Canadian game, not a U.S. game. And maybe because we don't want to be associated with the terrorist regimes and criminal elements, we should take that back. And that's something we should be considering very dramatically here. I mean, I have issues with cultural aspects of the U.S. stealing and trying to supplant our dance culture up here in Canada, and they've done it very effectively, and they effectively stole our hockey game and our hockey culture to move it down to the U.S., and they make the profits, we don't. So it's cultural sabotage to be dealing with the U.S. in many regards, and we need to maybe stand up and take notice that we are a country of our own, we have our own culture, we have our own values, and there's no way that a sexual predator would ever lead our country. So maybe it's time we look at protecting our borders more.
Cory, you got to pick your fights. Hockey's not one of them. It's a club that's run by billionaires for millionaires, and the people who actually, buy all the paraphernalia and go to the games and, buy the $20 beers. I feel sorry for them.
Let's look at in Calgary. It happened in every stadium around Canada and probably the U.S. The billionaire club gets a free stadium built by taxpayer money so they can have more luxury suites to sit and have a game experience that you or I will never have because we can't afford those luxury suites. And we pay for it right out of our pocket. Look at the Saddledome in Calgary. Same problem occurred here. They built a stadium, and they're going to blow up a perfectly good stadium worth $600 million, and fixed up it's worth $800 million. They're going to blow it up, so there's no competition to their new stadium. And what a waste of taxpayer dollar, folks. And you should give your heads a shake. There's going to be no more concerts because they built a new stadium. There's just going to be more luxury suites, and you're going to be paying more money for nosebleed seats to watch a hockey game that was given to the elites and the decamillionaire hockey players and the billionaires that own the teams. And guess what? All the profits leave the country. The owners aren't even, the majority owner isn't even Canadian. There's some Canadian owners, I understand, but the profits leave the country. And that doesn't help our community. So therein lies the problem, and take back the Stanley Cup is one solution I would like to see happen, and make it a Canadian hockey culture again instead of a U.S. exploitation culture. The rape and pillage culture of capitalism needs to stop, and it starts by taking back our cultural heritage and imposing our values, morals, and ethics into sports and cultural activities. That's my
subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and please share the video. Don't be afraid to share this commercial with your friends too.